from the theme park capital of the world, bringing you the latest in theme park news. It's the Thrill Geek Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Thrill Geek Podcast. It is that time. Again, as we've been saying, you guys are probably either sick of us now or you're loving us because all the HHN, everything HHN, it is time for our HHN hype recording. We have all of the goodies.
Hype.
Well, except for food.
Hype.
We don't have food yet, so
no.
But we
have
have all.
Do we get hyped on food?
Hyped on food.
I do, and then I get a tummy ache.
Yeah. Then you try it, and then we just
regret
let
it
Janine
afterwards.
try it first, and then be like, "Yeah, we're not trying that."
I feel like that's the recurring bit of all of our HHN bits, though. Of like Janine goes to Premium Scream. She's like, "Oh, this thing was tasty. This thing was tasty." The next morning.
The next morning, we're getting text messages from Janine.
Why'd I eat the shrimp?
Never.
I need to take my tummy meds.
But yeah, we have all the goodies, so we're gonna go through, give our thoughts. We've had some pictures, photos of everything. Obviously, the scare zones are coming along nicely, so we are going to first touch on the scare zones, which have been coming along nicely. And to be honest, I'm kind of more excited about the scare zones this year than I am the houses. Can I be honest?
I mean, they look good for like the first time in a while. It feels very old school. I mean, like we said that last year too, though. Like, and we got some good little wins.
I think that's it.
I can't recall, outside of a few here, that at least 3 of these scare zones are elaborate in a way I think we haven't really seen in either a while or in a specific scare zone. This is some pretty impressive stuff.
We have the Infernal, and we could just start in the front, Infernal Carnival of Nightmares, the entrance facade with Jack and Oddfellow, the tent, the canopy, the HHN signs back.
The fact we got a canopy, like, and we're actually getting like theming around the sign, like then there's also like each of the IPs has their own little like signature, similar to what last year was, only like they're on like stands, so they're a little bit less prominent, but
yeah,
I feel like it's just
Somebody's calling.
Yep. No, I feel like there's so much being put into this as like a front scare zone. Like the last time I really think I was really excited about one at the front of the park was 2019 with An Arcade. It like felt like very, very immersive, like very in your face as soon as you get into the park. Really incredible fan service.
Yeah,
too.
they shared some concept artwork of the entrance facade during that UK press thing that they did. And it's going to be really cool with Jack and Oddfellow up there.
At least at the beginning of the night, we think. They may move around at different points during the night. So.
Yeah, if they're up there at the beginning of the night, kicking things off, that'll be really, really special.
Opening ceremonies.
And then obviously next over in Hollywood, we have Sideshow of Decay. The details of this scare zone are just amazing. Every time we've gone to the park to do an update video, they're adding tons of details to all these little displays throughout the land. And I cannot wait to see this. And, every year in Hollywood, we usually get a big centerpiece in Hollywood. So
I'm sure there'll be something.
Yeah.
I'll be curious what the icing on the cake is in this scare zone. Last year with Masquerade, we had the giant chandelier thing. So I'll be curious to see what the centerpiece for this scare zone is.
I think whatever it is, it's probably going to be where you end up seeing Cindy, and if he probably will make an appearance later in the evening, Oddfellow.
Yeah,
you'll probably see them on whatever sort of like setup that they bring out. That will be very probably stage like. That seems to be a very big theme this year. There seems to be a lot of stages in the scare zones.
Well, it seems like they're setting up some kind of storyline.
Yeah.
And what that storyline is, we don't know it yet. Between Downtown Clowntown in New York and Sideshow of Decay, I have a feeling they're going to mesh together somehow.
Well, and also, I think we've pretty much been told the icons are going to be in the scare zone. So you're not going to have the icons down on the streets with everyone else. They're going to be up on a stage or some sort of set piece.
It feels though very much like they're putting in a lot of effort into entertainment this year, because I know obviously with
Hmm.
some of the IP houses that we have, like, let's
Hmm.
be real, there's going to be long lines. Like,
Yeah, and
that's it's a
they're not doing express pass this year for the frequent fear passes, so there are going to be a lot more people in the midways.
yeah,
Well,
but
I think their
yeah,
goal
no,
is to
like
get more people, more entertainment in the scare zones throughout the park. Hopefully, that will be the return of like a lot of major show moments in the scare zones,
Yeah.
or storyline through. We've had before storyline throughout the night.
yeah, I feel like I'm probably also going to spend more time in the zone when it's light out, just because they keep putting in Easter egg after Easter
Hmm.
egg after, like downtown Clown Town, which I know we'll get to. Like, there's a ton of really cool like props and everything, and it looks very like circus-esque. This
Hmm.
feels again like fan service of, if you go in, like all of like the like clowns that you like throw the balls at are all icons or are something that has previously been at an event. And I know like there's a lot of new people and younger generation who are starting to come to HHN, but like for them to be able to get to see too, like all of us super fans for so long nerding out over like Lady Luck is hanging out, like one of her things is in
Yeah.
there. Like, there's so much detail,
Yeah.
and they keep adding more detail. It's kind of it's
Yes.
ridiculous.
That's what I was saying. Like every time we go in that zone, there's new details, there's new props added. They've added so much. They're cramming a lot into that scare zone. It'll be really fun to go just kind of snoop around there and see all the little details. So and then of course Fort Nightmares continues to slowly progress. This is a scare zone that has been the slowest as far as any sort of construction. They have some bigger set pieces through Central Park. But I have a feeling this scare zone is going to rely a lot on special effects, and they have that giant projector in there now. They have the giant fans with the fog machines hooked up to it to most likely probably simulate the storm in Fortnite. But I have a feeling that this scare zone is not going to be one that has a lot of massive. I mean, it's Central Park. We don't usually
Yeah.
get massive set pieces in there, anyways.
When it was first announced, I was like, it's okay. But like, I'm playing it again tonight. Like, I downloaded it again on my Switch, and I'm like, I get how it's gonna be fun, and I get ways that it actually could be like startling. And again,
Mhm.
like the goal of the event is inclusion, and if we start bringing younger people into the fold, younger generations, I mean, like you were already saying, like Jordan being super into playing the
Yeah,
game, like he's
I
gonna,
was there with him yesterday, and he was
yeah,
super excited.
like he'll go into the scare zone, see all of that, but then be like, oh well, now I want to go through, Invasion, or I want to go into like Sinners or something, and like continue to bring in the new generation into appreciating what we've appreciated for so long.
Barry, anything on Fort Nightmares?
Nope. Let's get to downtown Clown Town, because to me that's going to be
Wow.
the scare zone. For first of all, it's gigantic.
Yeah.
It is huge in a way in a New York scare zone I don't think we've ever seen before.
Mm-mm.
Set pieces and stages that have been going up that are just huge.
Yeah. We got the Jack statue today, which looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Jack
keep that up
statue,
year round.
I was gonna
I
say,
mean, that stage
Like-
is obviously set up for Jack and Chance to have fun. And then in between New York and Transformers, Santa's going to be there.
Oh, is it Santa?
Is it Santa?
Santa, Art the Clown Santa.
Santa, Art
I think he's off in his own little space, and I mean, I think crowd control wise, that's not surprising. He's going to be up on a stage.
yeah.
Oh,
Art the Clown last year was getting mobbed everywhere, so
yeah.
to have him, I mean, I'm sure he'll still walk around the zone, but to have his own little stage, which he'll obviously do some little bit on, will be
Yeah.
nice. But yeah, no, like you and I were saying, Barry, they've never done anything over there, kind of between Transformers and the New York area, and that's where Art's going to have his little setup. I'll be curious. I'm guessing the Killer Clowns from Outer Space are just
They're just
they
gonna
don't-
meander.
they're just going to be kind of free roaming because they don't really
Yeah.
have their own area yet, stage area in
No.
downtown Clown Town.
It'll be cool to see though, like Art presented in that different way, because obviously we had the scene last year in the house where you go in and it's like dead Santa on a chair, but like you didn't actually see art in the chair, like with all of that. He was just kind of, hitting the intestines at you. But like, I don't know. I'm excited for it. Last year made me really genuinely enjoy the character of Art. Still didn't
Yeah.
like the movies,
And
but
it's gonna
Same.
it's gonna be hard to see is with the cast are the two casts gonna be different? Is one cast really gonna be like with Jack and Chance and stuff like that, and then the other cast may have Art the Clown and the Killer Clowns out. So that to me is going to be the more interesting thing to see is that if it's going to be the same types of clowns. I mean, don't forget about Eddie. I guess Eddie might be in there somewhere.
I mean, that would be awesome.
If he's not there, he's going to be on Hollywood, I would assume. He's in the artwork, so
Yeah.
or he might just be in the Infernal Carnival Nightmares, but I'll be able to see if the casts are the same or if it's going to be different for Downtown Clowntown. Either way, it's going to be nuts. I mean, especially if Jack and Chance, we assume are going to be live mic'd.
Yeah,
and so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm beyond excited for that Scare Zone. I am ecstatic. I will be spending probably lots and lots of time in there. Not really Scare Zones, but it was confirmed that the Mel's Die-In Zombies are coming back over there by Mel's.
Yay!
And Club Horror will also be coming back. And it looks like they're kind of doing like a traditional Halloween theme this year for Club Horror, which actually they have the jack-o'-lanterns going up on the scaffolding, so that should be pretty cool.
And then we assume the chainsaws will be somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. The chainsaws, they usually just randomly pop up somewhere. I mean, I know
they're the return of the clown saws.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move on to the houses. We're going to start with IPs. We're going to go all the way back to the very first announcement, Sinners. I am ecstatic about this house. They have the food booth going up in the park over there by Cafe La Bamba.
It looks so good already.
It looks so good. Yeah. There's going to be some good food there too as well. But yeah, no, I don't know if your guys' opinion has changed since our first announcement from Sinners. So I don't think it has. I think we're all extremely excited for this.
Are we going to discuss the ranking system?
Oh,
not actual ranking system, but our hype system
that we literally just
made up
before this recording.
Yeah,
go ahead, Janine, explain it. Go ahead.
All right,
Janine.
so we're trying to. So Thrill Geek is trying to make trust happen. Hashtag trust alert, or I don't know. We need to make a hashtag or something.
We need to figure out a hashtag.
Well,
yeah, we'll figure that out after.
My marketing brain's not working right now, but basically, we're going to be giving our hype in the rating of how far up the trust it is.
1 to 10.
So I'll start with this. So for me, I would say Sinners for me is probably at a 7 or an 8 up the trust. Primarily because I'm curious how they're going to bring. Clint's just losing.
Sorry, I'm dying over here.
Like
you said, like 7 or 8 up the trust, and it just.
It could be like if I started off initially being like we could totally make this circus theme and be like a number of popcorns. Now I'm thinking also like you hit the hammer and you whack the. Not whack-a-mole, but like you whack like the thing to hit the bell.
Yeah,
like
I can't think of the name of that game. Yeah,
we could hard striker, hit striker, something like that. But we could have done that. But we did a truss.
We're doing the truss.
I like the beginning portion of that movie. I'm curious, like if they're gonna really do like heavier, like lead up to some of the action. Like I'm just really curious how they're going to do it. I think it's going to be incredible scenic. It's going to be incredible design. We've already seen some like pictures of what all the masks and everything are going to look like from that same London, UK event.
The UK event, yeah.
I just need to go in it and honestly feel it out once, and then we'll be able to probably give more judgment because the movie is so brilliantly good. Yeah. I'm just super curious how they're going to translate all of the components of the movie into a house.
Yeah. All right, Barry, how far up the truss is Sinners for you?
It's pretty high up the truss.
Oh my God, party pooper.
Go up the truss.
8, I don't know.
There you go.
On this made up system we made up right before the podcast.
That's the bit.
I'm excited. I think they can pull this off pretty well. I mean, I'm hoping, the facade alone should be pretty amazing. But I mean, we already know it's going to incorporate some of the music from the movie, which, is one of the characters of the film is music. And one of the main plot points is music. So, I'm excited. I think this can be pulled off I think it's going to be a fun, but they can pull off some scares that are fun, but also scary. So it's vampires aren't always easy to do, but I think this everything in this movie, especially from like the midpoint on, I don't know how much we're going to deal with the first half of the film, but I feel like pretty much from the middle of the film on is what you're going to get in this house. So
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me, and you just kind of touched on it, Barry, was how they're going to kind of. I'm sure 90% of the people that are going through this house or have going to see or have seen the movie, but how they're just going to set the house up. Are you just going to be dropped right into Club Juke and it's just going to be from there on out? Because that stuff doesn't start until, like you said, what, halfway
almost halfway into the film.
It's
through the
halfway
film.
through.
And then, of course, there's another part towards another part of the finale. Will that make it in the house? I don't know if that will, but
yeah.
I mean,
but
I feel like they're pushing boundaries this year because I know, like, another one of our IP houses, which I don't know which order we're going in. If I just did a good segue into
wherever you're going, go because
Go
we can
ahead.
move on.
I'm going to Hellraiser. There's some stuff in those movies that if they
Change-
actually do it, I'm gonna be like, what in the world?
change
What is
the
happening?
house.
I mean,
and
like,
I hope it's not just that, but
Those movies are really screwed up. So
yeah,
this is another one similar to Terrifier that I know, like, last year I was like with Terrifier, oh, it's gonna be fun, art's funny, hee hee ha ha. It was my favorite house of the year. And I know I'm gonna say this to people, and I usually end up going into HHN and being like, oh, this house will be fine. I end up like absolutely loving it. Darkest Deal, prime example.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, I'm just like, there's so many absolutely messed up portions of those three movies, and also extremely confusing and weird and disorienting. Like, for me, I would say it's at a
the whole
7.
BDSM psychosexual horror of it.
Yeah.
Like,
For
there's
lack of
some
a better term.
there's some body horror in, I think it was the third movie, that like made me actually nauseous. That I was like, this is the first time it's happened in a very long time, and I don't know if it was just because I wasn't. It's creepy, and also the character design of the Cenobites, like, they're just really cool. They're iconic. It's neat to see iconic things at HHN.
I think that's kind of the way I am. So I think that's kind of the way I am with the house too. Is I hope, I know it's going to be a sick, twisted house, and I don't really care for the Hellraiser movies. They've never been probably in my top. I don't know how many horror movies. I have to rewatch them because it's been decades since I have seen the Hellraiser movies. But I know it's going to be a sick, twisted house, and I'm all for it just to see how they integrate the characters and stuff into it. So
no, we know based on conversations we've had with some people, they are pushing limits in this house to the point where they're like, you should definitely see this opening night. Like, things they may get tone changed. Things. We may have to tone things down, but which Terrifier, they pushed a lot of limits last year as far as like on the gore level.
Yeah.
So
it'll
be
the sexual gore.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. It'll be interesting to see. And obviously, this has been one of their white whales for a long time. That they have wanted Hellraiser for a long time. So we know they're going to knock it out of the park because there's certain people in creative who've had their idea for this for a long time, and
here we are.
Here we are.
Yep.
So. All right. As far as IPs, I don't think we have to go through these individually. I mean, Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie yet. Like, I need to watch the movie. It's on streaming now, though.
The movie is probably the darkest, more like grim dark of Evil Dead films, and of course it deals with domestic violence, which is, like I said, there's a lot of gruesome stuff, and there wasn't as much as fun stuff as you get in an Evil Dead. So I mean, I think it'll work it as a house. It'll be interesting to see what parts of the movie they don't touch on in the house. Because
there were a lot of people that weren't huge fans of the movie. So
there's a reason some people walked out in the first 10 minutes because there's two very massive triggering things in that first 10 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And domestic and animal violence.
I was going to say, doesn't a dog die or something? Or that was spoiled.
And it was like pretty. Isn't it kind of gruesome?
It's gruesome.
I heard it was. Yeah. So, go ahead, Janine.
No, thank you. Like, I don't get jazzed by the content that Evil Dead is, like, except for like the original. Like, the content doesn't jazz me, but it'll be cool to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
It's always interesting to see the houses that are kind of meh as a movie, but then the houses usually end up being at least enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the movie sucks, but the movie or the haunted house is at least palatable. So, Stranger Things season 5, well, we'll see if it's the final Stranger Things house. Who knows what they'll come up with.
Yes.
But Stranger Things 5, you know, I have not had a favorite Stranger Things house since the first one. I loved the first Stranger Things house in 2019.
Yeah.
And it has remained my favorite. So this one, I'm kind of going in halfway up the truss. I would say
Yeah.
like a 4 or 5.
Pretty much.
I'm not overly excited, but I'm hoping they do some really cool stuff because there's some really cool things that happen in season 5 that they could pull off in the house. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
I hope it's better than season 4 house because
Yeah.
in hindsight now, that house just
It was
was
fine.
not. It was
Yeah.
fine. But it had sections that were really, really not great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna be they're gonna have to. I mean, I'm hoping they got a huge budget for this, but also they're going to have to take some of the bigger moments and make them sort of more intimate and in your face.
Yeah.
And basically sort of put you in those moments instead of like trying to like recreate the hugeness of it. So
well, season 5 is on a massive scale. At least the latter part of it towards the end, where they fight the giant spider thing or whatever it was. Mind Flayer spider thing. Janine, any thoughts on Stranger Things before we keep on going here?
I'm the person with the Stranger Things tattoo on their arm.
Yeah, me too.
It's high up. True. It is very, very high up there for me. Like I would say I'm at an 8 or a 9 again on the trust excitement level. Are we trust excitement scale? Whatever. The more that I think about
we'll figure it out.
There's some like really creepy, dark moments, and then seeing the molds for the masks got me really excited because like
that's true.
I love the character design of the Demogorgon is one of the most iconic things in horror, from my opinion, that I think we're gonna ever see. It's incredible character design. So regardless of like the house in general, for me at least, like I feel like, and again, will we get another Stranger Things house since we've got Tales of 85, and who knows what else is coming? If there's a Stranger Things cinematic universe,
multiverse,
but like it's for me, it's just like it is such nostalgia of like how many years, like 10 years of Stranger Things. Like it's the same thing like the Lagoon show. I am going to cry. Like it's been
we got the Lagoon show too. We didn't even mention that. Yeah.
It's been such an integral part of like my life in terms of like my nerdiness with pop culture that regardless of if it's good, bad, and different, I'm still going to enjoy it. So
yeah. Moving on, last but not least, and I don't think we've talked about this at all on the podcast, Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness, was the last house announcement for us. The Prince of Darkness coming to Halloween Horror Nights, and an all-new haunted house. You'll hear there's Prince of Darkness, including The Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, Bark at the Moon, No More Tears, Scream, and Ordinary Man. Barry, what are your thoughts on this house? How hyped are you for this house?
6 maybe. I mean, taking the ideas from the songs and the album covers, and everything, and sort of turning it into a house. I think it's going to be a fun house and a good tribute to Ozzy. Obviously, I would have preferred having a Lady Gaga Mayhem house, but
as
maybe one day. But no, I think it's going to be they did a great job last year with the Wyatt Six house of being, sort of a tribute house. And I think, this obviously Ozzy's like music, visuals, song titles lean into all that. So I think it's going to be a fun house.
Yeah. Janine, any thoughts on Ozzy?
So I'd probably say like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
But like there's just so much, again, it's nostalgia, like his music, like there's a lot of themes that I think translate really well to HHN. It's just like how, again, like I naysayed the Wyatt Six. I was like, how the heck are they going to turn wrestling into a haunted house? And they did it so unbelievably successfully that it was like, I enjoyed going through that as like my first one that I would go through during like Scream Early and stay in Scream.
Yeah.
Like it was so
Yeah.
much fun to go through. I'm hoping that this is similar. And I know like for a lot of people, Ozzy's music is very impactful and it's a very, I don't know, it's 1 year after his death. Like it's gonna be a good, impactful type of experience. But
Sure.
I don't know. I'm happy that it's a metal house. I know Barry was super jazzed for Lady Gaga potentially, but I've been saying like I would like something that's like metal. Like Dream would be Ice Nine Kills, which is so cliche, but like
Well, you got to go to
enjoy them.
Hollywood for that this year for the
Yep.
hop on the Terror Tram.
Gotta go on the Terror Tram. But
Art
like
the
that
Clown
would be like
Terror Tram.
that would be like my dream. But if I can't get that, I'm cool with this for a heavy metal house.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not the biggest. I think it's kind of the same for all of us. I think we're not the biggest Ozzy fans. But we're curious to see where they go with this, how they make a tribute to him and all of that. So, all right, moving on to originals. HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Frightacular. Janine, what are you ranking this one? Blood and Guts finally getting to a house.
Probably like a 7 on the trust scale again.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited for it and I'm just curious how they're going to do it. But like some of the things that they've released, which spoilers, there are spoilers on the internet. If you're not looking for it, start muting terms because people are posting spoilers. And I already saw like a couple of small pieces and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And some of the things
they posted
they
posted some photos in the house from that UK press event from inside the Blood and Guts house.
And it looks cute. And like,
yeah. I'd say an 8 because if there's anything that I think it's the only really HHN lore house we're getting this year, which to me is actually I think is sort of a disappointment for an anniversary year. That's why there's some of the originals this year I'm not really hyped for at all because
we're getting Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control.
Yeah, that one too. So, but it's I think it's an 8. It's gonna. I think we're gonna get a lot of Cary, Ohio stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it should be fun for all of us hardcore HHN nerds that love the deep lore and all that stuff. So speaking of, next we will do Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control.
10.
Yeah, I think this house is a 10 for me on the trust. This is the top of the trust.
Yeah.
I watched a video of Laura Sauls talking about this house at that UK media event, and some of the deep storytelling they're going to do in this house got me really excited for this house. And that was all I needed. I was like, okay, I'm sold. I'm not going to give away because she actually gave a lot away in this press event. Janine, anything on Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control?
I know I'm the odd man out. I've never been like, I love Jack. I like Oddfellow. I'm probably like in a 7 or an 8 on the trust scale. Like I'm excited, but I'm like just again really curious. Like I didn't listen to the full thing because I didn't want to be too spoiled.
She talks about a lot.
Like I know that they've also mentioned like they're doing things inside of the house they haven't done before, which they've mentioned for a couple of the houses. But I'm like, how is it all going to kind of play out? Because like I loved Icons Captured, but at a certain point I was like, I wish there was a little bit more of like how they really like interacted, like they could have interacted with one another a bit more. So we'll see.
I think what you were saying about it makes me nervous when they do this deep of storytelling in a house. How does that portray in the house?
So that was my first thought too, when they're starting to say like heavy duty storytelling. Like that's also how I feel a little bit about some of the stuff with like Invasion, that they're like, it's aliens and it's a farmhouse and this and this. It gives me Grave of Flesh last year, where I literally felt like I was telling you guys a dissertation after my unmasking tour.
Yeah.
And you're like, where'd the aliens come from? Like, they're not aliens. You're like, but they look like aliens. I'm like, but they're not aliens. Like, when you start having to explain things, it's still good, but it also is like, I don't want to have to use my brain. I want to shut it off.
I want to shut it off. Speaking of aliens, next, I guess we could talk about Invasion Alien Abduction. Speaking of aliens, Janine, what or Barry, either of you can go on this one. Either of you more excited about Invasion Alien Abduction than the other?
6.
I'm sorry. I'm like a 3 or a 4.
It's probably I actually had forgotten about this house because I guess I should probably go lower. 4 or 5 because I'm just like, okay, it's an invasion house. Okay, aliens. All right, cool.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible, but it's like aliens do nothing for me unless it's like it's going to be creepy, like signs of like the way that they are really like suspenseful. Or obviously, like I love the Alien series and the Xenomorphs, but like regular aliens do nothing for me. And also, SeaWorld had an alien themed house the last 2 years, and it feels similar but different.
That house was so much fun though last
That
year.
house is. I don't want to talk about that house. I don't want to. Yeah, but like, we'll see. And again,
Drinks have you had? No.
well, I had like one drink by the time we went through that. And I'm like losing my mind in daylight over chainsaws.
Oh yeah,
like,
I remember that.
awful. But like, I
There for
feel
that.
like this though, and I'm gonna bite my tongue, and I'm probably gonna eat my words. That I'm gonna go through it and be like, greatest house ever, like, because that's what happens to me. Is I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be the best house.
I
Oh,
think
this was the best house. Like, I don't know what's
yeah.
wrong with me.
I think Grave of Flesh just left a bad taste in all of our mouths last year, and we're like Alien House this year.
But they weren't aliens. It was like an enigma.
Yeah, it was that house was just something else. I went through the whole event not understanding it at all. And that was one of my if you go back and listen to our hype, I was so excited for Grave of Flesh. I was like ecstatic. And then I was just like, what is this house about? We're being buried and then there's aliens. So anyways, I up next, we can just go one up above on our HHN guide, thrillgeek.com/HHN.
Shameless plug.
Cybergoria. Janine, I'm gonna let you take the
10.
floor with this one.
10.
Exactly.
10. I'm okay. So like, I feel like I'm the obnoxious already. That like to every single person I talk to, I'm like, just think of it being like Terminator, kind of, but also like the cheesy '80s sci-fi. Like, so the video that they showed from the London event, that's the Q video, feels so Epcot and
Yeah.
feels so old school, like tutorial video. And I just feel like it is going to be bloody, it's going to be creepy, it's going to be mangled body parts and robots, and like that is way up like
That's all you need.
It's all I need. Like, again, I was the annoying person that went through Slaughter Cinema 2 and was like, Cyborgs needs to be a house. And nobody else agreed with me. They're like, you're stupid, Janine. And I was like, I might be, but this would be a good house.
Yeah. Well, here we are, Cybergoria. I think this is as close as you're gonna get, maybe, because we know they'll pick things off of Slaughter Cinema as their own house, as we had Hatchet and Chainsaw, or Hatchet and Chains. Sorry,
Demon Bounty Hunters.
Demon Bounty Hunters.
I don't know. There's just been something about this since they announced it that I've been like, it is
drawn towards.
It's creepy. It's robots. It's I don't know. It's like all the things that I enjoy. Like, I loved Fallout for like its very like industrial nature.
Yeah.
So like my expectations are through the roof, and I'm really hoping that they get met. But I think I'm just gonna be like, oh, it feels kind of like Terminator. I'm stoked.
So this is your top of the truss.
This is actually my top of the truss. And I know people are like, probably could be like, what is wrong? Again, I feel like the comments on this are going to be like, what is wrong with her? The answer is a lot.
To each their own.
I just feel like it's going to be so well done. Like my best friend Sarah and I have been literally yapping about this of like, it feels like Terminator 2. And we're just so ready for Skynet to take us over. And we're stoked about it.
Barry, any thoughts on Cybergoria?
Give it about a 6. I mean, I think it all depends on how they pull it off, because pull off, like, I feel like the body horror of the whole thing of, you know, humans being sort of turned into machines and I think it's really just, it's going to take, for me, I've got to walk through it first and just see because there are some disturbing things you can do and scares you can do with that type of stuff.
Yeah, I would probably put this pretty high for me. I would say it's a 7 or an 8. I have a thing for sci-fi and like gore and aliens, and just like kind of what Janine was saying. She said it way better than I could. There's just something about this house that is exciting me, and I can't wait to go through it to find out what that is. And yeah, that's Cybergoria. Awaken thousands of years in the future in this haunted house and brave a cold world driven by machines with a singular goal.
Can't you see like a robot foot stepping on the ground on top of a bunch of skulls and stuff, and it is Terminator 2 3D?
You've watched Terminator 2 way too many times.
There's no such thing. There is.
Yeah.
You can ask my parents. Every time we would go to studios when I was younger, I had to go see Terminator.
Yeah.
I had to go see it. And so Born Stuntacular.
It's not a bad thing. It's a great movie.
Born Stuntacular, you are fantastic. I will forever miss T2.
T2 3D, baby, all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Love that show. All right, last but not least, Madlands Caged Cannibals. This one, I don't know where they're going to go. This is my thing with this house. That's the thing with this house, though, is I don't know where they're. We saw, again, at that UK press event, they showed some pictures of the house. It looks really cool. I'm hoping this is the house. I love puppets. I'm a sucker for some puppets.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling if there are going to be puppets in any house, it is going to be this one because it is a defunct, rundown zoo. So maybe there's some animals lingering around. So if there are, in fact, some animal puppets in it, it'll be up there for me. So I'll put this at a solid 6 for me on our meter. Janine?
Yeah, I would say 6, 5, 6.
Yeah.
The costume design looks really cool, but I just would love if there still would be like a more animal, maybe there will be like more of an animalistic aspect of like there's animals alongside the cannibals. From everything it sounds like, though, it's going to be gory. It's going to be gruesome. It's just going to be very in your face and aggressive, which I love in a house. So I hope there's a good combination too. Like even if the animals aren't like alive, if it was like puppetry of like, you know, the dead animal that they're utilizing as something to like distract. Like there's so many ways. I mean, that even go with this.
Even the description says the cannibals have taken their animal extincts to extremes. So there's some verbiage in there that makes me think that there's going to be the cannibals are going to be animal acting, you know, rawr.
I
don't know.
Rawr.
That's what it says in the description. So no, there's always one house every year where I don't know where they're going to go with it. And I can't picture anything in my head where I want it to go. And this is that house. So it's kind of right there in the middle for me.
It kind of feels that way though, with like, again, Cybergoria, Aliens, and this one. It could go in so many different directions.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can agree with that.
That's about how I feel about all three of them. They could go in different directions. I mean, Invasion in this one, I almost practically like I said, forgot that these were announced. So that's how much they had actually been on my mind. I mean, like I said, it's going to be all about like, you know, scares, set design, and everything. You know, creating the whole overall atmosphere. Obviously, cannibals can be very scary. It can be very gory.
Yeah.
So I think we've had a discussion. As some of us are more excited for the scare zones this year than we are some of the houses, and
I said that at the beginning. Yeah, I am honestly.
I want to be pleasantly surprised because, you know, outside of HR Blood and Guts and you know, Jack and Oddfellow, the rest of the original houses this year are just, I'm sort of like, okay, well, you know,
let's see what
you got. Show me what you got.
Yeah.
And then it's like Hatchet and Chains last year. I was like, this will be I thought it was an okay concept in Slaughter Cinema 2. And then I was like, this is a dang good house.
Yeah. And I think that's a good way to kind of wrap it up with the originals for us. It seems like it's a very level playing field. I'm not overly, besides Cybergoria and Janine, who's giving it the 10 on the Trussometer. It seems like the originals are kind of middle ground for all of us, and we'll just have to wait and see. I've told several people this year, it's crazy how fast HHN got here this year. Yes. It's never gotten this fast. It's literally a couple weeks away. But yeah, I'll see if I can get this edited before I leave for D23. So it'll be amazing. So, anyways, guys, I think we can get on out of here. Anything else? We touched on the scare zones. Everybody's visiting. I am adding photos of the food trucks or food booths. So those are there. There's something there.
I mean, as far as obviously the two shows, the Stranger Things show and the new version of Nightmare Fuel. I'm excited. I'm hoping they're good enough that I will want to go see them again and again. That's really sums up the shows every year. It's like,
yep.
Hope they're good enough that I will want to spend time to see it again and again. So
yeah, Nightmare Fuel, Blood Noir, and the Stranger Things Return to Hawkins. Those are your two big entertainment productions this year at the event. So yeah, we're looking forward to that as well. So I can't think of anything else. Janine, anything else? Barry, anything else before we?
Thrillgeek.com/HHN. Go there for our ultimate thrill guide. Everything you need to know about Halloween Horror Nights is right there.
And like I said, I'm getting everything I can food wise up there. So and then subscribe to the channel. We are still doing construction updates. YouTube.com/thrillgeek. And yeah, Janine, where can everybody follow you online?
You can find me at Scream Queen J9, and I'll see you in the fog. Give me bracelets. I like bracelets. I'm just bad at making them.
I know, aren't we all, Barry?
At Culture and Thrills on all social media platforms, and I will see you in the fog. And give me bracelets too.
And then you guys can follow me online at IMCG83 on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can follow me, all that jazz. So Pinterest, yeah, I don't know if I have a Pinterest. I have a Thrill Geek one. If you guys want to follow Pinterest, Thrill Geek on Pinterest, it is there.
I really should go through all those bracelets I've gotten the last 2 years, and the ones I don't want, I'll put on a little carbine
recycle
to give away to people. Yeah, I made this. No, I didn't.
I'm really good at this.
I tried last year, and it turned into me pawning it off and being like, hey, can you make these? Because I didn't want to make them. I'm like, they keep slipping off. Oh, no.
More power to anybody that makes them. Like, I have people that come up to me with, like, bags of them, and I'm like,
it's impressive.
I couldn't. Yeah.
Good for
More
you.
power to them.
Dexterity.
Yep. So, all right, guys, take care, be safe, and we will see you guys on the next recording.
Bye.
See you in the fog.
Bye.